Hey everyone, this is Kevin Daniel. I'm a Nashville-based singer-songwriter, and we are in The Lab, which is my backyard studio in East Nashville. It is a little home studio that I put together to be able to put some demos. We have been working on a new song that I have been writing from scratch. I have been using the awesome Elixir guitar strings. These are medium gauge. The nano web technology is for real, people. I've got a fresh pair on my Epiphone. This guitar is one of my favorite guitars to record on. I think it's got a really beautiful, full sound. I have a lot of influences musically. Guitar-wise, one of my favorite guitar players right now is Jason Isbell. Not only is Jason Isbell a really beautiful songwriter, but the way that he plays both acoustic and electric guitar is pretty mind-blowing. He's one of the few people that I know who can really strum a guitar, pick a guitar in an acoustic way that really just totally sits on its own. Doesn't need any other instruments, doesn't need anything else. If he were to sit there for 30 minutes with guitar, an acoustic guitar, and just play it, I would watch it.
Oh, I feel like I'm broken down man. Love's real, holy and friendly. I see a sun gonna set on his lip.
In terms of songwriting, Tom Petty is a huge influence of mine. One of the things I like to say about Tom Petty is don't bore us, get to the chorus. He's really good at getting to what you want to hear, which just is an amazing chorus. It's usually nothing that he writes, in my opinion, is too super complex, and I think that has become like the traditional American sound. Tom Petty is, I think, one of the biggest contributors to what we call Americana. And Americana can be a lot of different things, but for me, Tom Petty is a huge part of that. So when I sit down to write songs, when I sit down to record songs or do demos like this, I often keep songs by Tom Petty and Jason Isbell in mind. When it comes to lyrics, I'm a big fan of Langhorne Slim. I think he's a great lyricist, and I think he has some beautiful, beautiful words that he puts down on paper that I don't know. I just think they're amazing. So that's sort of what I'm going to be trying to capture today.
Lord, I feel like...
So I've been playing music my whole life. I play a lot of different instruments. I play drums, piano, saxophone. I played the bagpipes in high school for some reason. But mostly I'm singing and playing guitar these days. I've been playing all kinds of music. I moved to New York about 12 years ago, and that's really where I started pursuing music professionally. I started playing in a bluegrass band, which led me down this road of getting kind of back to my North Carolina Southern roots. Really became interested in Americana music after I became involved with this bluegrass band. And then I sort of went through a personal tragedy where I lost my parents in a plane crash about 7 years ago. And that is when I decided that I just got to do this full time, that life is short and anything can happen. And so I started taking all those songs that I had written over the years and I started writing new songs. And I finally put out my first album about 6 or 7 years ago. Since then, I've put out 2 EPs and 2 LPs, and have just, I don't know, played all over the country, played in various parts of the world. And I by no means am a household name, but I think I'm a pretty good example of an up-and-coming artist who does a lot of stuff DIY and really puts his heart and soul into his music and does not have a plan B. So I'm doing everything I can to make this work. And musically speaking, I'm really focusing on creating unique sounding Americana music that is really digestible by the listener and that somebody can hear and have an emotional reaction to. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to accomplish today. So stick around and let's see if we can make it happen.
We better not cry in my pillow and I over you. In the dark for the light. Ain't nothing